So we'll start on the CalendarBudget homepage and log into our account. Now, financial advisors and coaches have long recommended that people put their bills and expenses on a calendar so that they are able to remember to pay those bills and not forget about them. CalendarBudget is the embodiment of that idea. It is a beautiful and polished calendar interface with accounts at the top as tabs. And along the left, you have a list of your various categories of spending, which you can click to highlight and deselect things and have a great idea of where your spending is going. Now, we've already created an entry for our family vacation, so let's jump to that now in August. Now, you'll notice in August, we already have a number of entries that are listed here on the screen. And again, this is in the future. These entries are part of our budget plan. There are things that tend to repeat over time, things like bills and income, birthdays, that type of thing. Now, our vacation is going to show up in the beginning of the month. That's where we are actually having our vacation. We're actually going to pay for our vacation in the later end of the month, in the 14th. We'll see here there's an entry for our vacation for $2,500. And again, our bank account balances are listed at the top of every day. So we can see that we've gone into the red for this vacation. So what we want to do is make an adjustment so that we don't go into the red and into debt. Now, the way we're going to do that is by searching between the 14th of August and today to find something that we can adjust. Now, we happen to know that on the 7th, we make an additional mortgage payment for $1,600 that we can, since it's just an additional payment, we can just remove this, and that'll help us compensate for that vacation. So I'll go ahead and remove that. Instantly, things are recalculated, but we still need to make a change for about $900. So rather than searching through the rest of the calendar, I'm going to switch over to our savings account. And notice here that we have quite a bit of money left in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and create a transfer from our savings account. Transfer from savings. We'll make this a transfer for $900 from our savings account to our checking. And we'll put it in the category of entertainment. Now I'm going to switch back to our checking account. We can see on the 14th the transfer from our checking, or from our savings, and we're back in the black, out of the red. That's great. So we've used CalendarBudget now to plan for that vacation, but we don't want to leave it there. We want to make sure that we didn't hurt ourselves in the process. So I'm going to click this high-low indicator so we can see what is the low point in our budget. And we'll see that the 31st is highlighted as the lowest point, $250, which is great because we want to keep at least a minimum of about $200 in our bank account. So I'm going to jump back to today and just make sure that we're okay for the next month or so. In April, we're looking all right. We have 176. That's approximately where we want to be. Jump forward to May. In May, we see immediately that there's actually a problem in the middle of the month. We've gone into the red here. But the interesting thing to note is at the beginning of the month, on the 1st, we're fine, and at the end of the month, we're still fine. Most personal finance software will not show you that there's a problem here because it tends to be summarized on a month. But CalendarBudget can show you that there is actually going to be a problem and you're going to go into overdraft here. So we can plan to avoid this. I'm going to switch over to our Alert tab for some more details. It shows our negative balances, but also when we went over budget in any particular category. We see in the clothing category we've particularly gone over quite a bit, $550 on May the 11th. So checking on the 11th, we see there is a $550 entry for running shoes for family fitness. Now, because we're okay at the beginning of the month and the end, we don't need to remove this or adjust it in any way except to move it to a day when we have sufficient funds in our account to pay for it. So to compensate for this, I'm just going to drag this entry over to the 15th, which happens to be a payday, and instantly we're fine again. So great. Now, CalendarBudget, aside from being able to plan things for the future, is a great product because we don't rely on aggregation services. That means right off the hand that we're a more secure service, but also that we can be internationalized. CalendarBudget is currently available in both English and Spanish, I'm just going to quickly change our language here to demonstrate how that works. All you do is change the language in your browser, and I'll hit refresh. Now we can instantly see that all the language has changed to Spanish. But not only has the language changed, the currency has also changed. In this case, we are Spain Spanish, so we're into euros, and also the currency notation has changed for the local European format. As I go back to the home page, we can see that even the home page has a Latin flavor to it. Now, those who are owners of companies of your own, you're going to have your own corporate website, such as this one that we're looking at now. It would be great to have a tool like CalendarBudget to be able to use right inside your website, but you don't want to distract from your corporate message. Fortunately, CalendarBudget has been designed to be embedded, skinned, and branded so that it looks like a tool that you are offering to your clients. In this case, we've clicked on Budget Manager, but again, it's the CalendarBudget interface just embedded into this website. And we can immediately see that CalendarBudget looks and feels just like the website that it's embedded into. Now, the great thing about this is it keeps people coming back to your site again and again as they're updating and managing their account, and they're seeing your corporate messaging. The strength of CalendarBudget is that it lets you plan for the future that you deserve. Try it for it today.